So you just sent out an inquiry for senior portraits or photography session and you just got ghosted another time. So age-old question is, how do you stop getting ghosted? That's what we're going to talk about today. Hey there, photography friend. Welcome back to the channel if you've been here before. If you're a new viewer of the channel, welcome. So excited to have you here. My name's Sean Brown. I'm a high school senior portrait photographer, and after 10 plus years, over 500 high school seniors photographed and running a six-figure photography business, I now also help photographers build thriving senior photography businesses so that you can have more time, flexibility, and freedom to do what it is that you love. And in today's video, it's all things Casper the Ghost. How do you stop getting ghosted by clients? And you might be thinking, what the heck are you doing wrong that's leading to inquiries, then silence and crickets and chirp, chirp, chirp. Yeah, so we gotta fix that, right? So the big thing with getting ghosted, and this happens to everybody, I just want you to first acknowledge that, like, you aren't doing anything wrong. This is actually just like a state that we live in, and we need to know how to combat this. Of how is it that we can make sure that you don't get ghosted? And in order to not get ghosted, you kind of have to understand, like, why is it that people ghost you in the first time? And I remember the very first time that I got ghosted by a client, and this was years ago, and I realized that, like, I didn't do anything wrong. They just maybe weren't the right fit, or maybe they had other things going on, or maybe I wasn't as clear as I could have been. And I realized that, okay, the light bulb went off. Boom, light bulb over my head. And I realized there are things that I can do to try to get ghosted less. And this is really key if you are like hearing crickets from every single inquiry that walks in the door. This is typically speaking to a larger problem. Now, this isn't to say that, like, if you do everything in this video that you're not going to get ghosted ever again. So just like stop it. Like, tell yourself to, like, stop it. Stop making it harder on yourself, because guess what? Getting ghosted is completely natural. So this isn't to say that every single person that inquires with you is going to email you back, text you back, call you back, or even reply to the email of like, hey, are you still interested in senior portraits? The thing is, people ghost. You've probably ghosted people yourself as well. Maybe you filled out a form online and all of a sudden you got a bunch of emails and you never emailed them back. Getting ghosted is natural. But why people ghost is really important to understand. And there are really like three core reasons why somebody ghosts you. The first is maybe they're experiencing some overwhelm in their personal life and life is happening, right? I bet you guys have all been through like hashtag life happens. And the big thing to know is that they may have just forgotten. Life got busy, they got caught up with stuff, and they just kind of forgot about you. And so we'll talk about how we can combat that with ghosting as well. The other thing is we have to kind of have like some personal introspection of like, maybe we actually just weren't as clear on what steps are next. Maybe what they did is like they got the info and they weren't really sure what it is they needed to do next. Maybe we forgot to include some sort of like call to action of like, hey, after you do this, now do this. Or maybe we were like, we put too much information and they just didn't read it or they forgot about it. So we want to have like tools and processes in place that we can make sure that we're making this process as easy for our clients as possible, as what I call with my mastermind students, eliminating friction. And then the other one too is maybe there's a lack of urgency. Maybe your clients are like, I'll just get to senior photos later. We don't really need to do this right now. Can we wait for it? Yeah, let's just wait a little bit. And now all of a sudden it's like there's this lack of urgency and then they just forget that you're there. These are kind of the three main reasons why people ghost you. Now, if you're like, hey, Sean, I've got a bigger problem. I don't even have any inquiries coming in. What I want you to do is check out our free training that we put together for you on booking more seniors. It's called that. It's the Book More Seniors training, because I show you exactly how to do just that. book more seniors. So if you're posting 3 times a week to social media, you're plateaued in the number of inquiries that you're getting or the number of bookings that you're receiving. One of the things is that this is typically a sign of a larger marketing problem at hand. And so we break down in this training not only how to fix that in your marketing, but also how to find more clients that you attract that value what it is that you do, all while putting your marketing on autopilot. So definitely check out this training, grab one of the spots below, and I'll see you there. So the 3 ways that we can stop getting ghosted and what you can start doing today is this is meant to be super actionable. So you should be able to do this like today. So the first thing that you're going to start doing is to start a follow-up sequence when somebody books with you. We actually just posted a video last week about how to do things in your workflow to save you lots of time. One of these is an automated sequence that you can do through a CRM system, a studio management system. So check out that video after this one for more details on that. And inside of those studio management systems, we can automate a follow-up sequence, meaning that as an inquiry comes in, we can email them 2-3 times of making sure that they got our info, that we're staying in front of them before they make that decision to book senior portraits. Really, really, really super important to have one of those, because a lot of photographers, you would be shocked, don't follow up. And so what happens if that client got busy, life got the best of them, and they even forgot like what your name was from that first email because they saw your website, they filled out the contact form because they liked your work, and they didn't really commit anything to memory. So we want to make sure that you're staying in front of them. This alone has super changed my business, like in drastic ways. And we actually was with my students and we were looking at one of the emails that I sent, and one of the emails that I sent was a follow-up email, and one of the clients emailed back and was like, I'm so sorry. I've been crazy busy. We'd love to book you for senior portraits. What do you still have available? And just because we were able to get in front of that client, send them a follow-up, that resulted in a booking. And so this is something that you can do to completely change your business literally right now, is to start sending those emails. The other thing too, why you might be getting ghosted, is we have to look at your actual client inquiry process. A lot of photographers get this message. Hey, how much are your photos? What's your pricing? And a lot of photographers will just send their pricing, or maybe you've even got a PDF of all of your pricing, all of your collections that you send, because you want to be super transparent with your clients. You want to make sure they have all of the pricing ahead of time so that they don't feel like bait and switched or anything like that. That's great. That's wonderful. There is a right way and there is a wrong way to send pricing. The wrong way of sending pricing is just to send your pricing. The right way of sending pricing is to do something that conveys what your experience is about. So what is it that happens during their photo session? How is it that you're going to help them? How is it that you're going to be the best fit for them? We need to sell ourselves. We need to basically give them our whole experience in a nutshell in a way that they can digest. So whether you're doing this through sending some sort of online senior magazine, whether you're doing this on a phone consultation or via email, you need to make sure that you're doing this in some sort of way that allows your clients to be able to see what it is that you do, get a feel for your experience. And this leads to the last point of why you might be getting ghosted, which is, why is it that you're different? Why is it that they should be booking you? If you aren't conveying why it is that you're different, why it is that you're charging maybe higher prices than the photographer down the street, we need to make sure that we're communicating this. How is it that you're going to help your client? How is it that you're going to solve their problems for them? And we need to put this somewhere in that inquiry process, because if they can start to understand why it is that you're different, what it is that you're going to do for them, now you have created something that's really remarkable, that's going to give clients a reason to reach out to you to get more information, or at least say, hey, thanks so much for the info. we're interested in booking with you, or maybe we're not interested. And either of those is fine, because as long as you start attracting the right types of clients, it doesn't matter if a client's not a good fit. We want to focus on the clients that are a good fit. But by doing these 3 steps, this is going to result in less inquiries just flat out not saying anything to you, and more inquiries reaching out saying, hey, we're ready to book. So again, if you struggle with getting inquiries, or you're getting inquiries that aren't converting into bookings, I highly recommend you check out that free training I mentioned earlier, the Book More Seniors training. Links down in the description below. If this was helpful for you, let me know what was most helpful in the comment section. Smash the like button, and also hit the subscribe button too. We're going to be putting out videos like this every single week. That'll make sure that you don't miss a single upload that we do, to help you move your business forward of booking more clients and ultimately making more money and creating a business that gives you the freedom and time flexibility to do what it is that you want. So YouTube's going to suggest the next video for you to watch here. So check out the next video on all things senior photography. I'm Sean Brown, and I'll see you next week.